are many ways to grow your wealth and get closer to financial freedom. One of such ways is through debt recycling. So today I'm interviewing Sarah Moore, a home loan specialist here at Lendy, to explain what debt recycling is, how it works, what the risks and benefits are, and who debt recycling is most suitable for. So welcome, Sarah, back to our channel.
Hi, Quinn. Thanks for having me.
So thanks, Sarah. Let's jump right into it. Let's start with the basics. Could you explain what debt recycling is?
Yeah, sure. So debt recycling is a strategy that can be used to pay off debt that's not tax deductible. So things like a home loan while simultaneously growing your wealth. It can involve homeowners using equity in an existing home to purchase some kind of investment asset. So things like an investment property or shares or assets aimed at creating long-term wealth.
Fantastic. And how does debt recycling work exactly? Could you explain that in detail?
Yeah, so if we break it down into a couple of steps, so access the equity in your home to get started, you'll need to have some equity built up in your property. So the lower that your loan to value ratio or your LVR is, it'll be the better for that. Now, step number 2 would be borrow against your home. So you can borrow money against the house to start investing. And to make the most gains, it's smart to choose income producing assets such as shares or an investment property that you can rent out. Step 3 is wait for the gains. So after a little while, your investment will begin to produce income, which you can then use to pay off your home loan through extra repayments. So this will increase your equity in your home, allowing you to borrow more for future investment purposes. And then number 4 would be, I suppose, embrace the cycle. So the cycle continues on and will ideally end up with just the tax deductible investment loan that you can focus on paying off. If all goes to plan, you'll be generating a passive income while paying off your debts at the same time.
Fantastic. That kind of makes sense. And would you say debt recycling is worth it, or would you say it's more on the risky side? And what are the benefits and downsides to this?
Yeah, sure. So debt recycling offers a way to build a solid investment portfolio while paying down a mortgage on your home. So the main benefits for that would be, you can save on tax, and this strategy helps to turn non-deductible debt, so, a home loan, for example, or repayments on a family home, into debt that does become tax deductible or a tax benefit, so interest on an investment loan. Exposure into growth assets, debt recycling can give you access to assets that you may not have been able to afford before without following a strategy like this. And then passive income. So if all goes to plan, you'll end up generating a passive income through your investments. So debt recycling is dependent on the performance of your investments, and it can be a risk and it can be a high financial stress. So to minimize the risk, it's important to very carefully consider your whole financial situation. The main risks, I suppose, are poor performing investments. So if your investment doesn't perform well, you'll have an investment loan to deal with and little or no return to help you out on that. So taking on more debt as well and having more loan repayments can become overwhelming if it's not managed well. If you miss repayments or you default, you can put your home at risk. And then also shifting costs. So the cost of this strategy will rise if interest rates increase. You'll also have to consider any fees associated with getting a new loan too.
I see. And it seems like debt recycling is quite a complex process, so investors should really be extremely careful when opting to go down this path. Finally, so who would you say that debt recycling is most suitable for, Sarah?
In my opinion, I think that it's best suited to experienced investors with a high risk tolerance. We would never recommend anything like this unless you've spoken to a financial advisor or an expert for specific advice. Using debt to invest can amplify potential losses and gains. So this strategy operates best when you have at least a few years to see results. And it's important to have a separate source of income outside of your investments in case things go wrong.
Thanks, Sarah. That was a very comprehensive explanation of debt recycling, and hopefully that should help our viewers get a bit more of an understanding around the investment strategy. If you do have a question for Sarah about debt recycling, please let us know in the comments below. And if you're looking for more investment tips, check out our video here where we will share our top tips on how to maximize your cash flow on any investment property. Thanks, Sarah, for being here today, and we'll see you there next time.